Siyak mga kababayan si Congressman Johnny Pimentel ng Surigao del Sur kung paano nilamon ng 3,000 students yung 112.5 million pesos na mula sa confidential funds mga kababayan ni Inday nung DepEd Secretary pa siya. Kung paano inubos yun mga kababayan sa youth seminars ng mga estudyante. Sabi po ni Johnny Pimentel, kahit niya 3 buwan na mag-hotel pa, yung 3,000 students, mahirap pa niyang maubusan niya kahit 3 months sila. Yung 112 million, 112.5 million pesos. Matinding kainan po at party-party. At malamang may baon pa pauwi. May baon pang pera at kung ano-ano pang mga valuables mga kababayan. Kasi yung inubos pong pundo mula sa confidential funds ni Inday, 112.5 million. Sabi po dito, pagpapakain lang ng almost 3,000 students, uubusin ba natin ng 12.5 million? Talagang manghang-mangha mga kababayan si Congressman Johnny Pimentel. Ganon kasi ba? Dinamay pa yung mga estudyante. Nagamit pa sa paglamon. But before ko mga kababayan ibigay sa inyo yung full story, shocking story na yan, click subscribe muna dito sa ating YouTube channel and hit the notification bell para lagi po kayong updated sa mga kaganapan dito sa ating bansa. Like and share na rin po ninyo ng ating video. At huwag na rin po ninyo na skip yung ating mga commercial ads para tuloy-tuloy lang ang pag-unlad ng Bagong Pilipinas. Ang ating programa mga kababayan, atid sa inyo nitong ating mga sponsors. Firmax Firming and Lifting Cream. Pinapay po sa mga pulses in affected area. Mainam po ito sa mga pains at paninigas ng mga kaso-kasuan. Ito sa mukha naman yung application, anti-aging, Automax po siya. Ito ay Glow Zero mga kababayan. Whitening po siya. Made in South Korea. Ito naman po, Nengxia Red Mix Fruit Drink. Gawa po siya sa goji berry. May anti-cancer properties po siya. At sa mga nagana po ng malinis and spacious fitness gym, pumunta lang po kayo sa aming Colossal Fitness Gym. May Grab Car Rental din po kami. At bills payment po sa aming office. At saka sa mga mahilig po sa mga imported bags, manood po kayo sa live selling ni Madam Eileen Rosales sa kanyang Eileen Closet po. Pati mga shoes, ito yung kanya po. Ito yung kanyang page. Kita ninyo, napakagandang mga online selling po siya. Si Madam Eileen Rosales. Cellphone number niya po, 773-798-7816. Balikan natin yung kwento mga kababayan. Yan po si Congressman Johnny Pimentel. Manghang-mangha kay... kung paano mga kababayan nilamon ang 112.5 million pesos sa pagpapakain ng 3,000 students. Kaya sabi rito, Surigao del Sur Congressman Johnny Pimentel raised concerns over the use of 112.5 million pesos in confidential funds by the Department of Education under former Education Secretary Vice President Sara Duterte for youth seminars. Nagpa-seminar po si Inday. Ang participants, 3,000 man lang po. Sabi ni Pimentel, kita niya siguro 3 months, mag-hotel pa niya sila. Hindi maubos. Paano niya inubos? Paano niya inubos ng ganon kabilis? Matindi po ang mga nadiskubre ng Committee on Good Governance in Public Accountability. So, Pimentel scrutinized the allocation which funded youth leadership summits, citing a lack of proper documentation and questionable liquidation reports. Question niya mga kababayan
the significant expenditures, expressing doubt that such a large sum was necessary given the relatively small number of attendees.
3,000 lang anyang attendees, uubos ng ganon. Talagang matindi po yung salamangka na ginawa po sa Pondo ni Inday.
Pimentel pointed out that audit reports from the Commission on Audit Anya flag issues with cash advances in liquidation reports related to the summits, noting the absence of receipts and photographic evidence to justify the costs.
Walang resibo po. Kwento-kwento lang siya siguro, mga kababayan. Kaya hindi matahimik po yung Congress ngayon. Matinding paglalamang, mga kababayan, sa pera ng bayan.
So the committee chaired by Manila 3rd District Representative Joel Chua highlighted two specific COA Audit Observation Memorandums or AOMs addressed to Edward Fajarda, the Special Disbursing Officer of DepEd, who handled the 75 million cash advance but was absent from the hearing.
Pinagbabawalan po ni Inday yung mga dating official niya sa DepEd. Pati sa Office of the Vice President, ayaw mag-isa, ayaw matanong. Sabi ko nga sa inyo, pag ayaw po matanong at pag tinatanong galit agad, may milagro siguradong tinatago. Tama po.
Pimentel suggested that Fajarda's presence niya was crucial para linawin yung liquidation process, recommending further action to ensure his attendance at future session. So pinatapatawag na po sa susunod na hearing. COA representatives confirmed the AOMs which covered audits of confidential funds used by the Office of the Vice President in 2023. So question po ni Congressman Pimentel whether the summits had actually taken place, as the submitted liquidation documents were based on certifications from military officers with little supporting evidence.
Malamang imagination man lang po. Wala mang aktual na nangyari pong seminar. Pero may kobra. Ganyan po ang ginagawa ng mga kurakot.
Attorney Michael Poa, former DepEd spokesperson and now OBP spokesperson, clarified that the summits were organized by the Armed Forces of the Philippines as part of their anti-insurgency initiatives rather than directly by DepEd.
Bakit kailangan ng confidential funds ni Inday, mga kababayan? Sa Armed Forces pala, ibinigay na lang sana sa mismong Armed Forces yung pondo. Kaya tama po talagang tinanggal yung confidential funds. Duplication lang po. Alam na ninyo kung ano yung intensyon.
Despite this clarification, Pimentel continued to express doubts, stressing the need for further investigation and accountability for the use of such large amount of taxpayers' money. Kaya sabi po ni Pimentel, pagpapakain lang ng almost 3,000 students, uubusin ba natin ang 112.5 million pesos? Kahit na 3 buwan silang mag-hotel, hindi ba ubos ang 112.5 million pesos? Do we have documentation? Do we have evidence that indeed they conducted this youth leadership summit? Or sa papel lamang ito? This committee would want to know where the money went because it is very clear this is just on paper. Pero ang totoo po niyan, may pinuntahan po. May pinuntahan ho yung 112.5 million.
Tingin nyo, saan napunta yung 112.5 million po? Hulaan ninyo kung saan napunta yung limpak-limpak na salapi. Pakinggan natin, mga kababayan, yung parte ng congressional investigation.
Yan po si Congressman Pimentel.
And it was received by Lumilin Manalo on February 2, 2024. May I inquire from the COMSEC if this Mr. Edward Fajarda is present?
COMSEC, Your Honor, Mr. Edward Fajardo was included in the invitees, but he is not present today.
Mr. Chair, it is very important
Absent si
that the
Farda.
presence of Mr. Parda, kailangan po natin sa komitiba na ito because Mr. Parda, for the information of everyone, is the special disbursing officer. And this person is the one who made the cash advance of 75 million pesos. And this is also the person that liquidated the said amount. So in order that this matter be given enlightenment, we need to hear the side of Mr. Parda. So in this case, Mr. Chair, in accordance with our rules, due to the non-appearance of Mr. Parda, I move to issue a show cause order to Mr. Parda for him to be compelled to be present during the next hearing.
Is there any
Second, Mr. Chair.
Second, Mr.
duly
Chair.
seconded? Is there any objection? Hearing none, the motion is carried.
Also, Mr. Chair, they have submitted as part of their liquidation several certifications coming from military authorities. We also need to invite these persons so that they can explain to us or to this committee for these certifications. One is Colonel Manaros Buransing, Philippine Army. The other one is Lieutenant Colonel Magtanggol Panopio of the Philippine Army. The other one is Major General Adonis Bahao, which I will explain later on why their presence is badly needed or very important in this committee. Since Mr. Parda is not around, and I'd like to ask questions regarding this AOM, I'll now direct my questions to the COA, since it was signed by Ms. Nilda Plaras, the Assistant Commissioner Officer in charge. I believe that she's the one in charge in the liquidation of the intelligence funds being disbursed to the different agencies. May tanong po ako sa COA and I'd like to know who could answer. Ito ba ay totoo ba itong AOM na pinadala ninyo? Dalawang AOM to. February 2 at saka August 9 of the same year.
Who will respond? Attorney Gloria, please respond.
Mr. Chair, yung isa po ay February 1, 2024 and yung isa po ay August 8, 2024.
Ang tanong ko po, Attorney,
Received po pala ng August 9.
yes. Ang tanong ko po, Attorney, ito ba ay same subject matter? All different AOMs itong pinadala ninyo?
Magkaiba po sila, Mr. Chair. Yung isa po ang covered na period ay July 12 to September 29 of 2023 and yung isa po ay February 22, June 29 of 2023.
But this pertains also to the same cash advance of 35 million pesos. Dalawang cheque po yun. Isang 37.5 million and then isang cheque na naman 37.5 million. Ito yung sa first AOM, hindi ba?
Tama po, Mr. Chair.
Okay, itong sa pangalawang AOM, ano ba ito?
37.5 million din, Mr. Chair. It is for confidential fund po ng July 2.
So magkano ng
September
total
29.
natin lahat? 112 million? Or magkano ang total? So in short,
100,
para lang maliwanagan tayo, ano? So yung February 1, dalawang 37.5 million, hindi po ba? Yung August 9 or August 8, isang 37.5 million. So nagtototal na po siya ng 107.5 million. Ganun po ba?
112.
No. Again, balik tayo sa arithmetic natin. Yung first na AOM nyo, dalawang 37.5. Ang tanong ko, kasi walang nakalagay dito, sa pangalawang AOM, magkano ang kinasa advance dito nung August?
Sa pangalawang AM, Mr. Chair, 37.5 million po.
So, 70 million plus 37.5 million, if my computation is right, totals 107.5 million, hindi po ba?
Tama po, Mr. Chair.
Pero sa inyong report, ang total na nakas advance is 112.5 million pesos. So may kulang na 5 million pesos yung... So ibig bang sabihin yung 5 million pesos na balance, walang AOM yon?
Mr. Chair, 112,500 po ang total.
Magkano?
112.5 million.
Kaya nga, pero kinumpute na natin yung dalawang AOM eh. So totals only 107.5 million. Saan yung kulang na 5 million? May AOM din ba yon o wala?
Mr. Chair, ang 37.5 million times 3 po ay 112.5.
Hindi tayo magtutugma. Ulitin ko po. Meron ko ba kayong copy? You know, attorney, this is a committee hearing. I think next time you should come here prepared. You should do your homework. No offense meant, pero para maliwanagan po tayo. Dalawa ho ang AOM ninyo. Ulitin ko po. Yung isang AOM ninyo is 70 million pesos. Yung pangalawang AOM, sabi nyo 37.5. But the total cash advances as per your report is 112.5 million pesos. May kulang na 5 million pesos. So ano bang ibig sabihin ninyo dun sa report ninyo? Yung 5 million pesos, walang AOM yon. Wala eh.
Mr. Chair, yung AOM po, ang total nung first is 75 million.
Correct. I stand corrected. 75 million pesos pala. Okay, now. Para maintindihan ng mga nanonood, ng mga tao dito na simpleng kababayan lang po natin, ano ba ang ibig sabihin ng Audit Observation Memorandum? Ako na lang muna. Tell me if I'm correct or if I'm wrong. Ang Audit Observation Memorandum, ini-issue po yan ng COA dahil may nakita silang hindi sang-ayon sa INGAS, hindi po ba? May tinatawag tayong INGAS sa COA, yung Government Accounting Procedure or something. In short, it does not conform to the normal transactions. Every agency has a auditor, hindi po ba? Ngayon, ang COA, post-audit po kayo. Wala na po tayong pre-audit. Matagal na ho wala tayong pre-audit. Pagkatapos ng transaction, kompleto po yon, disbursement vouchers, lahat, cheque. Pino-post-audit po yon. If you see something is wrong with the transaction, kung makita ninyong may red flag, hindi po ba nag-i-issue kayo ng AOM?
Tama po, Mr. Chair.
Okay. After the issuance of AOM, kaya po natin ini-issue yung AOM so that the agency concerned with regards to the transaction is given the opportunity na sagutin, hindi po ba? Kaya sinasabi nyo, ito yung nakita namin, mga mali po ito, binibigyan ng agency ng panahon para sumagot, hindi po ba?
Tama po, Mr. Chair.
Now, pag sumagot sila, pag nakita ninyong it does not conform to the normal accounting procedures of the government, pag nakuha na ninyo yung sagot, yung justification niya, pero it does not satisfy the COA, nakita pa rin yung may red flag, ano po ang sunod na hakbang?
Mr. Chair, i-issue po kami ng notice of suspension sa ICFAO po.
Okay, nag-issue na tayong notice of suspension. After ng notice of suspension ba, the agency is given another opportunity to reply?
Yes, Mr. Chair, they are given 90 days po.
They are given 90 days after the of the notice of suspension, hindi po ba?
Tama po.
Okay. Now, after 90 days, after they have submitted their justification, again, if you're still not satisfied, if you think the transaction is still illegal, nag-i-issue na po kayo ng notice of disallowance, hindi po ba?
Tama po, Mr. Chair.
Ano ang prescription ng notice of disallowance? Hindi po ba hanggang 6 months lang yon?
6 months po yung time from receipt, yung time
Time for
nila
them
to appeal.
to ask for a reconsideration, hindi po ba?
To appeal pa lang
To
po.
appeal, okay. But both the same, to appeal or to reconsider. If their appeal is denied, umaangat na po yun sa ombudsman, hindi ba? For their perusal, hindi pa ba?
Mr. Chair, sa Supreme Court na po.
Anyway, hindi pa man lang tayo mamabot doon. Dito tayo sa Audit Observation Memorandum. Unahin po natin yung 75 million pesos. This covered the...
So madaling sabi, ang daming proseso po na dinaanan mo na before na dumating doon sa notice of disallowance. So, madaling sabi, pag disallowed po, talagang may problema. Pang-ombudsman na po, pang-kaso. And in this case, dinala nila sa Supreme Court. Alam na mga kababayan, talagang may nakita pong irregularity. Mali yung paggamit ng pondo. Yan ang lumalabas po dito sa investigasyon ng Congress. Ituloy natin mga kababayan.
Yung unang 37.5 million covered the period from February 20 to March 30 and April 30 to June 29. Now, this was addressed to Mr. Fajardo with regards to the liquidations of cash advances of Mr. Fajardo. I want to put it on record that the two checks amounting to 75 million pesos were cash advanced or made na advance po ni Mr. Fajardo. Now sa AUM po, ang nakalagay po dito, we noted the following deficiencies. The propriety and validity of the transaction could not be ascertained as the submitted LRs not fully supported with complete and proper documentation under Joint Circular Number 201501.
Walang tamang
Ang tanong
dokumento
ko
po.
dito sa unang OAOM, since you have already manifested in your AOM na may nakita na kayong deficiency, one is there is no document supporting the liquidation. Ang tanong ko po, nakasubmit na po ba sila ng supporting documents?
Nakasubmit po sila, Mr. Chair.
Are you satisfied with their or you're still in the process of auditing the documents, or do you have already findings with regards to the documents that have been submitted? Meron na po ba tayong findings?
Nag-submit na po and evaluate na po namin yung compliance nila, Mr. Chair.
So sa pagka ngayon wala pa po tayong findings, ine-evaluate pa po, hindi po ba?
Mr. Chair, nakapag-issue na po kami ng credit notice.
Naka-issue na kayo ng credit notice
Yes, Mr. Chair.
with regard to the 75 million pesos.
Yes, Mr. Chair.
Na-comply ba nila isa, item 4.12 requires that the disbursements from the confidential fund shall be supported, among others, in a sealed envelope. Okay na yan. Dito tayo sa yung accomplishments. Yung counterinsurgency program, payment of incentives or traveling relative to the confidential operations. Did you also issue credit notice to this?
Mr. Chair, the credit notice is for the entire AOM po.
But why would you issue a credit notice when in fact in accordance with the joint circular, it is very clear that intelligence and confidential funds traveling expenses are not allowed.
Part of their compliance is they've explained that it was for actually for transport for operation expenses.
So you issued a credit notice for the entire 75 million pesos.
Yes, Mr. Chair.
Okay, dito tayo sa pangalawa. Yung August 8. Again, the same findings. This is with regard to 37.5 million. May I know the status of this?
Mr. Chair, as to the second, the AOM number 2024-171, we received their compliance on August 27, 2024, and the audit of the evaluation of their compliance is still ongoing, Mr. Chair.
So you're still evaluating it.
Yes, Mr. Chair.
Ganun din po ang nakalagay dito. The proprietor of sanction could not be ascertained as the submitted LRs were not fully supported with complete and proper documentation. Ito ba ay pinatutunayan mo na may mga dokumento na?
Mr. Chair, may information po ako na nag-submit po na po sila ng compliance. But since ako po ang nagre-review ng audit, hindi pa po na-submit sa akin for review.
Wala ba kayong nakikita dito sa findings ninyo na labag sa batas o labag dun sa joint circular? On paragraph 5, nakalagay po dito, the confidential funds shall be used only for confidential expenses, including purchase of information, blah, 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 blah. Ngayon, ito yung analysis ninyo. Analysis of the submitted accomplishment report revealed that the amount of 2,540,000 pesos was used for the purchase of information relative to car loan scams whose victims are mostly personnel of the Department of Education. Ito ang tanong ko, sa tingin ba ninyo, sako pa ba ng intelligence fund, confidential funds, ang pag-purchase ng information para sa car loan scams?
Mr. Chair, that is why it is in the audit observation memorandum po kasi wala po siya sa mandate ng DepEd and so wala din po siya sa allowed na confidential expenses.
Yes.
Red flag
Dito
ulit.
rin sa ano ninyo, ito dapat talagang pagtuunan ninyo ng pansin. Kasi kayo mismo nag-issue ng AOM, dito sa paragraph 5, based on your AOM, sinabi na ninyo, these expenses do not fall under item 4.81 of the joint circular, nor are intended to support the mandate operations of the Department of Education as defined under item 3.9 of the joint circular. Thus, Mr. Chair, very clear, the same should not be charged against the confidential fund of the agency. So very clear po, kayo na po nagsabi na hindi pwedeng i-charge itong pag-purchase ng information with regards to the car loan scams. Ano ba ang koneksyon ng purchase information supposedly for intelligence gathering para sinasabi ninyo na para sa hindi madala yung mga bata, mga estudyante, hindi ma-influence ng mga NPA. Wala namang NPA dito sa car loan scams So this will be noted and hopefully you'll really be diligent in your issuance of, because as for me, I am not an auditor, at trabaho ninyo yan, pero nakikita ko na ito, this should fall under the notice of suspension. Very clear ho yan, attorney. Kailangan ho i-suspend po yan because it does not fall within the mandate of the operations of the Department of Education and it does not conform to the joint circular of the DLG number 201501. Ngayon, Madam Attorney, dito mo naman po tayo. Yung 112.5 million pesos, upon my verification, upon the appreciation of the documents that has been submitted to this committee, I found out most, if not all, of the 112.5 million pesos were used in the Youth Leadership Summit. Doon po ginamit. Ano ba itong Youth Leadership Summit? And that is why we need the presence of Mr. Parda. Kung ito ba ipasok doon sa joint circular, tignan ho ninyo. Sinabit lang liquidation nila is certification from the different military authorities. Kaya we need to know whether this is documented, kung totoo ba talaga na ito ay nag-conduct sila ng Youth Leadership Summit. Ito, babasahin ko po yung isang certification. This is to certify that the 1st Infantry Tabak Division has conducted 8 activities for the Youth Leadership Summit with 531 participants. Do we have documentation? Do we have evidences that indeed they conducted this Youth Leadership Summit, or sa papel lamang ito? Because we have no way to verify whether ginawa po nila ito. Patapusin lang ho ninyo ako. Meron naman po dito. Doon naman kay Lieutenant Colonel Panupio, this is to certify that 205 youth students from different schools, again, conducted the Youth Leadership Summit. Itong pangatlo po, si Adonis Bahao, Major General, ang sinasabi po niya, he conducted 9 youth leadership summits which engaged a total of 860. Yun lang ho ang ginawang liquidation. There is no supporting documents. Do I have pictures? Do I have receipts? Siyempre, kung youth leadership summit yan, kailangan may resibo. Lahat sa pagkain or what. In fact, for me, ordinary person ako, this does not fall within the utilization of the joint circular. Very clear po dun sa joint circular. Ano ba itong Youth Leadership Summit?
Mr. Chair, ang confidential funds po kasi is undertaken to help the agencies accomplish their mandates po.
May inquire from Attorney Puwak. Attorney ka ba?
Yes,
Abogado.
Mr. Chair. Mr. Chair.
Attorney Puwa, you are
You are
recognized.
with DepEd dun sa pag-conduct nitong Youth Leadership Summit. Pwede mo bang paki-explain dito ano ba itong Youth Leadership Summit? Kasi halos lahat, kung hindi man lahat ng 112 million pesos, doon gigamit sa Youth Leadership Summit.
Opo. Mr. Chair,
Yes, Attorney Puwa.
yung Youth Leadership Summit, sa pagkakaintindi ko po, because even if I'm not the STO, or so I have no operational knowledge mismo dun sa detalye ng confidential funds, but I was the one who, as I'm sure you know, I was the one who signed yung response po dun sa AOM. So, yung pagkakaintindi ko po doon sa certification sa ginawa nila, yung Youth Leadership Summit is not something that DepEd conducted, but actually yung mismong nag-certify po from the AFP. They conducted advocacy or awareness programs against insurgency in those certain areas. Yun lang po yung pagkakaintindi ko based on the documents. Kasi po yung response ko po ng DepEd doon sa AOM, we prepared it based on the documents that were available, depending kung ano po yung finding ng AOM.
Mr. Chair, kahit na confidential fund po yan, that is still taxpayers' money. Kasi ginagawa po natin ang budget every year, And then lahat po yan, yung budget po natin, na nagpopondo po na yan, taxpayers' money. Mr. Chair, you can just imagine, Youth Leadership Summit lang ito, and the government spent 112 million pesos. Kahit kayo naman po siguro, mga auditor kayo, kung sino mang mga tao na nandito ngayon, napakalaking halaga naman po ang 112 million pesos para sa Youth Leadership Summit. E pagpalagay mo na lang, ang Youth Leadership Summit, 3 araw, 4 na araw, based dito sa certification, 200 participants. Magkano ba ang pagpapakain ng 200 participants? Yung isa, 800 participants. Abay, kahit na 3 buwan sila mag-hotel, hindi mauubos ang 112 million pesos. Kahit na 1,000 pakainin nila kada araw, hindi mauubos ang 112 million pesos. And that is why this committee would want where the money went, because it is very clear, this is just on
Matindi
paper.
po.
Pero ang totoo po niya, may
Nilamon.
pinuntahan ho yung 112 million pesos. Alam niyo ho yun. So, Mr. Chair, the key person to answer all those questions is si Mr. Edward Parda. Siya ang nag-cash advance, siya rin ang nag-liquidate. So, let us ask him, paano nangyari yung, to explain to us, 112 million pesos. As far as I'm concerned, there are only 3 certification here. Ang nakalagay dito, isa 863 students, ang isa 200, ang isa 900 students. Pagpapakain lang ng almost 3,000 students, uubusin ba natin ng 112.5 million pesos? So that is why, Mr. Chair, I
Hindi,
will
mga
reserve my
200,
question.
2,000 nga lang.
But as a layman,
900, 800, 200.
we are not auditor, but very clear po, malaki ho ang mga katanungan
2,000 plus lang.
na dapat sagutin ng
Oh, hindi,
DepEd
2,000 nga
party
lang.
dito sa 112.5 million pesos.
2,100.
Thank you, Mr. Chair.
Thank you, Congressman Johnny Pimentel.
Ay, 19 nga lang pala. 900 students plus 800 plus 200. O, 1,000 ano? 1,900 students. Hindi man 3,000. Pero, siyempre, sabi ni hindi naman niya kinumpute talaga. More or less, 3,000, sabi ni Pimentel. Kahit 3 months, mag-hotel sila, hindi maubos 100. 112.5 million. Inubos sa seminar. Matindi mga kababayan si Inday. Sa mga naghanap ng malinis and spacious fitness gym, pumunta lang po kayo sa aming Colossal Fitness Gym. We also offer Grab Car Rental with our brand new 2023 model ng Toyota Innova. We also accept booking for those who are planning to travel via PAL, Cebu Pacific, and other airline companies, local and international, and bills payment for Meralco Bills, PLDT, Aleco Bills, etc. Ang Colossal Fitness Gym is located at 3rd floor Security Bank Building, Landco Business Park, Legazpi City, Albay. For inquiries, look for Chilon Maravillas. Contact number 0966-802-0949. Yan yung aming Innova. Lagi na pong matao sa amin. Pati mga foreigners po, tingnan ninyo. Mga British tourists sila. Ang lalaki ng katawan na, mga kababayan, nag-gym sa amin. Ito naman po, Indian National. Ito mga mga European sila. Ito naman yung bago naming product na binibenta online, Eye Glow Serum. Whitening po siya galing sa South Korea. Tingnan ninyo yung epekto sa aking anak na architect entrepreneur, Riz Maravillas. For inquiries, look for Riz Maravillas on FB. Ito naman po, Firmax Firming and Lifting Cream. Pinapahid po ito sa mga pulses and affected area. Mainam po ito sa mga pains at paninigas na mga kaso-kasuan. Ito po, Automax Radiant Serum. Sa mukha naman yung application. Anti-aging po siya. You will look 10 years younger than your age. Sa mga cancer patients naman po, baka lang gusto ninyo itong itry. Nengxia Red Mix Fruit Drink. Hindi man po siya gamot, food supplement siya. Kaya lang, gawa siya mga kababayan sa goji berry. Yung goji berry may anti-cancer properties. Yung mga inquiries ninyo, dumiretso na lang kayo sa aming messenger sa Facebook para masagot namin agad. Ayos po. Ako po si Dante Maravillas. Bye-bye. God bless.